Yo, Brendan. Hello. Mm. Hmm. Hello, AJ. Hello. Tell us about the hunt. Well, it wasn't the most. Morgan, I'm here. Kyle, what's up? I'm trying to get these lips out of these WeArs because it makes for a cleaner paint job, but they're giving me troubles. And I've got them all the way like cut out. This one should come out, but it's tight. I'm back from Kansas. Grimy. Would I paint micro baits? I mean, I guess I would. I don't know if the money would make sense to have one painted, but sure, I'd paint one. Brennan, this thing's from the '80s, dude. You can't go vice gripping these lips. They'll be cooked. I just leave it. I'll leave that one. I've got more I can wiggle on. Most of them come out pretty easy. These last ones probably won't. Everyone I've done's come back. Great White Hunter. That is me. Like I said, it wasn't what I expected it to be this year. It wasn't the real, I don't know what you'd call it, the like epic hunt where like everything, you get like an exciting story. It was actually the opposite of that. So the deer I got, I was driving in the Ranger to this place I wanted to hunt. And before I got there, I went over this little hill. And I was probably like 600 yards away from where I wanted to hunt. And when I got over the hill, I looked down on the top of this ridge, mountain, and there was two does and a buck. And I could see his horns from 200 yards away. And I was like, that's a damn good one. So put my foot on the brake with the Ranger still running. Is that legal? Maybe I shouldn't tell this story. Anyway, yeah. So I got out and sat down and set up a blind, and the deer fell over. But it's safe. It's safe on YouTube. But yeah, that was kind of how it went down. Just driving up on one, chasing a doe. But it would have been a lot more exciting had it been, something else. Mini R's. Rebel Mini R's. How many Green Gene guys watch you? I hope none. Because I don't like those guys. Look how easy that one was. That one just popped right out. That one just popped right out. This one is being a real pain in my derriere. Got you. Man, it was really, really clogged. Look at all that glue. No wonder I couldn't get it out. No wonder I couldn't get it out. Got it now. Sorry, Hella. Sorry, Hella. All right. Let's get these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one I'm gonna have to tape because it's been epoxied. Somebody painted it previous. What do you think about that paint job? Not terrible. Pretty vanilla, but not bad. All right. This is what is this, the Maxi? Yeah, this is the Maxi R. So the Maxi R is the big giant one. Mini R is still big, but it's not as huge as the Maxi. George. Had an entire head of like 15 does right in front of my shop last night. How does that bait swim? How would you describe almost to me like a tighter 1- that dives deeper, but it's butyrate and it has a good has a really good rattle sound in it. So these are the shallows. These are the mini R's square bills. So I gotta get these squared away. They were dropped off before I left, so they're on the chopping block to get done first. Kyle, no. Started getting warm over there, so we had to bug out. Started feeling like home, so we dipped. Got home at like, I don't know, 10 last night, 9:30. Sweet Bean came and got in the bed at like 1. That was nice. Speaking of sweet sounding rattles, where's John? This is what he's asked for. And Morgan Mason, he gets another nitwit, and he gets another. It's like a mini nitwit. Oh, wrong batch. But I do have rattles. I do. So this isn't the rattling version because I can't show those. But that's the Mac. But inside the bag is rattled Macs. And rattled these. So we got Burnsies to do. Brendan, it will be that in conjunction with a rattling whatchamadiddle Mac, mini Mac. Tommy Biffle. Did you stop to make snow angels, have a snowball fight, make snow cones? I threw one snow cone at my dad made a pretty decent snowman. It wasn't really a snowman. It was just 2 balls of snow or 3 balls of snow stacked on top of each other, and then it collapsed. Did not make a snow angel, unfortunately. Considered it, but Morgan, there's both. There's a rattling one and there is a silent one. So I don't really know how I'm going to do this. We have half rattling and half silence. We'll see. We'll see. But my time in Kansas was wonderful as usual. I brought my fishing pole, but I didn't realize that there was they'd been going through a 2-year drought, and all the ponds were dried up. So that was sucky. That sucked, but that's all part of it. I didn't get to go catch my Kansas bass. Nasty Nate, what's up? It was good. Everybody got a deer, which doesn't always happen. But we got nice weather. Kind of hit the rut for the first time, I think, in 15 years. By the time we get there, it's usually over. But there was still plenty of action. No, so we got I think I'm gonna make some jerky. I need to know the name of that topwater that was discussed on a live stream the other night. Well, I need to know the name of the topwater that was discussed on a stream the other night. Yeah, we'll do some sausage. We'll do some sausage. I need to get the I don't think we have the attachment to make like link sausage, and that's what I want. I want the link. I like the link. I did get here and clean some baits this morning. I was just finding random baits. I found a screw-tail bomber that's got the flashy insert, and said, you know what? I'll paint that. The paint has stained the butyrate on that bait. Like I tried to sand all this crap off, it won't come off. It's just it just lives there. So maybe I'll do something with that. I don't know. It was a Lucky Craft of some sort. Slick Johnson wasn't naming. A topwater? It would have to be a Japanese, one of the Japanese ones, because I don't feel like they made any over here that were like super sneaky. The Wanderer, which I don't know that it would qualify as a topwater, but the Wanderer was cool. They had those for saltwater and freshwater, but it was like a pretty much an underwater spook. Weird topwaters. I don't know. Dustin, did he go into any detail about anything about it? Did Bobby Balsa know? Oh, I bet I know what it was. If it was discontinued and nobody liked it, it was probably the live Sammy. Had to have been. Yeah, if it didn't do what it was supposed to do, it had to have been a live Sammy because all those live baits sucked. And those are the ones with like the 30 sections in the back. What did he do special? Did he explain what uh what he did with it to make it like useful? I couldn't imagine. Which I never bought the my buddy. I didn't have to buy any of them because my buddy bought the live pointer, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, I'm good on the live stuff. Does he catch big ones on it? He was vague. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know. Will you paint my live pointers? No, AJ. I will, but I'll send them to your. I'll send them to your idol, the pilot, and let him take care of them. You don't want me to paint them anyway. You rather have his paint. So I'll just send him to him. I'll just send him to him because I know you're nervous about contacting him and having to actually talk to him without without fanboying on him. So I'll reach out for you. The last 30 minutes, you'll see it. Okay. Can't wait to see what dipping it in UV is going to do to the action. Wouldn't it be nice, AJ, to just be able to only paint baits that you could just dip in a big pile of like Vaseline? Man, what a perfect world. What is that? I was looking at a live pointer last night, found it in a drawer of loose baits. It was laying all bent, and I figured it would run even more janky. Probably, Morgan, but according to some dude on the internet, they can be magical. One dude on planet Earth has figured out how to make one of those pieces of shit useful. I mean, that's actually pretty commendable. I mean, I would have probably told people all about it. Like, listen, guys, that one bait that everybody thought was junk, it is. But I found a way to actually make it do something. Yeah, everybody seems to be good, Brendan. Knock on wood, everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm the super spreader. Last year when I was gone, they were sick. The beam was sick. It was awful. But no, came home to health. Caught a few fish on it. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. It could be a splash tail. I mean, it could be. The only thing about a splash tail is like, even if it was not great, it would still probably do something, right? Uh, I don't know. Maybe use it a front runner. You could. Certainly possible. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I have to listen to it and see if I can read so far between the lines that I can help myself understand what's going on here. Can you match my Grandpa Joe's green shad, but make it blue and cooler looking? No. The Pilot can, though. Burns is not building a Burns Live Mac. Sorry, dudes. An umbrella rig of live pointers. That would actually be probably kind of awesome. You probably have to weight them different. Maybe not, though. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Only one way to find out. Is there any on eBay? I'm gonna go shopping for a bait that we don't even know if it's the bait. Let's see. Lucky Craft live pointer. No, I don't want a live pointer. I want a live Sammy. Excuse me. 3 live pointers, 2 3/8. Live. Where's the live ones? Where was I keep getting text messages. I'm looking on eBay and I haven't seen even one of these. I'm not seeing. Wow. That's actually pretty astonishing. I would think there'd be a million of them. Just regular Sammys. See how many live pointers are on there. A bull shad? Like a multi-joint swimmer? I'm not even gonna entertain that idea. I'm not even gonna get Burns worked up. I'm not even gonna let him talk that bad to y'all. Don't even listen, Burns. I sent you a video from Bullshit right when you went live. Anthony, I might have to buy it from you so I can see if I can see what you could actually do with it. Because, like I said, I've never thrown one because the pointers were so terrible. There's one. There's one. That beautifully jointed tail. How many sections does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the head. $18 or best offer. Rare out of package but not fished live Sammy. Features a flexible tail section to give live action to this walking bait. They are discontinued and no longer being produced. 18 bucks. Oh, come Come on, Anthony. You got me all fired up, bro. Maybe I'll buy that one. Maybe I'll send him an offer. Maybe I'll send him an offer. All those little joints are going to catch water and create drag. Yeah, now it's kind of got me curious what it'll actually do. I don't. What is the deal with the live series? Nothing. They just put 6 joints in the back end of pointers, Sammys, and I think that was it to give them more action, and I think it failed miserably. I know the pointer didn't work. I've never thrown the Sammy. I found a bunch of Sebile Magic Swimmers the other day, still in the pack for $4.99. It's a pretty good deal. Did you buy them all? Put a big feather on the back. You could, by doing that, you could maybe make it even worse. You could make it swim worse. The pointer worked only on a straight retrieve. Yeah, that would make sense. That it lost all of its like good jerkbait qualities of the actual pointer. That sounds about right. I can't remember it, but I remember thinking to myself, this isn't a pointer. Like, I don't know what this is. But I don't know. Now everybody's going to be digging into the depths of their junk drawers to find their old Lucky Craft pointers that they got ripped off on. What else? I think I'm going to paint this. Does anybody, honestly, should I even paint this? It's a pre-Rapala Wigglewort. Not that anybody cares about that anymore, apparently. That these things have just gone by way of like to me a pre-Rapala Wigglewort holds about as much, water as like something new. Like I don't feel like anybody even gives a shit about pre-Rapala Wiggleworts anymore. Nobody gets a warm nobody gets a warm fuzzy feeling like years ago. Like you'd hold this thing and be like, oh, that's gold, dude. Now everybody's like, oh, it's just an old pre-Rapala Wigglewort. Who cares? Who cares? So soft magic swimmers. Did anybody ever try the Sebile bait with the jelly in it, or with like the liquid, like the glitter liquid? Didn't they have a jerk bait and maybe a top water or something? I don't recall. I remember my buddy had one. Later, Nasty Nate. Travis, I did. You didn't miss much. Wasn't much of a report. Wasn't as good as the hunting was good. It just wasn't a great story. AJ, I think that's what also happened. The internet happened. And that's what also happened to the Bagley market. Is people saw these like Bagleys going for like the collectible colors, like the weird colors. people saw these baits going for lots of money, and then they started digging around. They're like, "Oh, I've got that bait," and they dig it up, and they go look in their dad's tackle box or their grandfather's tackle box, and they've got some, Easter egg Bagley, and then you multiply that by lots of other people, and then the market, the collectors out there are getting flooded with all the baits that they thought were rare. Turns out there's a lot more out there than they first believed. Travis, I did not. I was unpacking and doing all that kind of good stuff. Showering after a 16-hour drive. But the Bagley collectors figured out that, I think, back in the old days when you just went to like a one of those bait swap lure collectible places, that's where you saw what was like out there. And now you really find out that there's a lot more. There's a lot more of the really collectible stuff than everybody thought. So when I was a kid, the local sporting goods store would fill a canoe with storm baits for cheap. I had to dig through all those wiggle warts looking for deep thunderstick juniors. He said, "Who wants these stupid wiggle warts? Not me. Where's the thundersticks? Not even the big ones, the juniors." Check out Uma. You have me curious, Travis. Travis, we went and ate at True Lies in El Dorado. You ever been there? Let's see. No, they're using some sort of router. I mean, I guess you could consider it hand carved, but it looks like they're shaped with a router because they have to use wood filler on where they hold the bait now. Travis, it's okay. I don't know. They don't do what Burns does, but yeah, True Lies. I don't know that I'd load up the family and go down there. But if you're passing through and you're starving, it's probably worth a visit in there. Also, through those stupid red 50s inside, looking for the 100s. Does anyone use a Bagley Bangalore? Seriously, Brendan? Yes. Incredible post-spawn bait. But you have to fish it really slow for it to be its most effective. Or you could ask Epic Eric, who got the largest largemouth bass he's ever caught in his life on a Bangalore in Florida, of all places, where you would typically think a Bangalore would work the best, and it did. Yes, Epic Eric's personal best. Bagley, as they call them down here, a bango stick. But yeah, they're good. They're situational. But there are times pre and post spawn where the fish get real funky and goofy, and you can catch them on a Bangalore twitching around. What is your retrieve? It's like a twitchy palsy for a long time. Twitchy palsy for a long time. Twitchy palsy for a long time. You're trying to stay in the zone. You don't want it to move. Is the deal? Because you're not trying to like. You're just trying to stay in the same place, like hover over the top of the fish. But the old Bangalores, the original ones, were all line through because there's a lot of misconceptions about Bagleys that some people claim that they were line through, and they weren't. None of them were, except for the Bangalore, the old ones. So I guess they were built in the same way like a Rapala was. But you see that white part? That's an insert. And it's got like, it's made of some sort of resin, like epoxy resin. And they've got this harness that just like goes in there. And that's a through wire. That's a through wire bait. That's a really old one. Hold on, Brendan. I may have led you astray. Are you talking about a regular Bango lure like this? Because this isn't the one you want. For what I'm talking about, this is the one you want. You want the spin tail Bango lure. The one without the spinner, it's worthless. I wouldn't say it's worthless, but dude, I don't know what I was doing with this, but it's real sexy. You got to have the blade. It's not worthless. Travis, I've never heard of anybody, like I don't know anybody that does anything with the regular Bango lure. But if you can lead me in that direction, I would definitely be all ears. That way I won't chop the backs off of all my non-splashy ones and convert them to actual usable ones. But Brennan, for what I was talking about, the way you fish it, that was for the splash tail, not the non-bladed one. Kinda, Travis. Kinda. Like a stick weight bait, no spinner, but not a Bango lure. I bet you could convert that. I bet you could convert a Bango lure into a waker. Maybe. Heat the lip up and bend it down. I got enough. I could probably try that, but there's probably better baits for it. Because they don't cast good. Like, that's the thing about like the the spin tail banga lure. Because down here, you're typically not throwing far, so it doesn't hurt you that they cast like ass. But like if you were having to fish it like a normal jerk bait or like where you'd fish a normal wake bait, you can't throw it. So you'd need, that's where like a red fin or something like that would be better than or a bomber long A or anything like that would be better if you wanted a wake. Like I don't even think it would be worth making it wake. Morgan, you don't twitch a spin tail bango stick around cypress trees where you're at? You messing up, bro. I don't know which cast shittier, an OG Rapala or a Bagley. I'm sure they throw equally as crappy. Honestly, do not know. Morgan, I thought you had cypress trees. Stupid enough to attempt to learn how to use a bait casting reel with an OG Rapala, and you were probably blaming it on the reel the whole time, Travis. Eric heats his home with non-spin tail Bagleys. Finally, Eric is here to tell us about his PB on a spin tail Bagley. The balsa heats the lab. See? That's what they're good for. To start your fires, to warm your homes. Well, look who showed up. Epic E. Oh, no. No, Eric, you're not supposed to tell that, dude. It's embarrassing. He's not even using the wood one. The plastic. Ugh. Eric, why would you even buy a plastic Bagley? That's sacrilege. But because you did, now you have a mystery size fish to take the PB award. I figured it'd be everywhere over there, Morgan. Especially on the river. I guess y'all just have wing dams and rocks. East Arkansas. That's where I want to be. That's where I'd want to be. Brennan, they attempted to make quite a few of them, but Eric was the only one that bought them. They'll be in the Bass Lab mystery box next month. Just wait. Just wait. Epic Eric's. I'm more of a rock and brushwood here. Look for willows. Bingo lure bass box custom painted by me, and then people are going to get them and go, this is a damn shitty plastic one. Yeah, when you I mean, I think that's what it takes is it gets the curiosity over everybody. It's like, oh well, how will this work? Obviously, the plastic Bango lure works, but I don't feel like any of their other attempts at their other baits in a plastic version was nearly as successful. Not nearly as successful. Morgan, you need to be driving 2 hours, bro. Get on them knees. Travis, you've never seen one? Come on down, bro. Come on down. Make you a little trip down. Bring your Terminators. Bring your scent. We'll bang some baits up and bang them around cypress trees. You'd probably have a blast doing that shit, dude. Would have a blast. Send the kids down to the beach and the wife. Say, I'm going to get groceries. I'll be back in 2 days. Eric, are you going back to Florida this year to see if you can get another Bango stick PB? I really don't like sanding these Wears because you can't get in all the little crevices. I still see shiny. The only way of getting in there is sanding these things off. I guess they held up pretty good. That was one I painted like forever ago. It seems to be everything seems to have grabbed good enough, so I'm happy with that. This thing's been eaten to shreds. So I think the guy got his money worth out of that. I don't know if he wants this one painted or not. He might. I kind of don't. I think it's. I think it's almost worth leaving. I don't know. I like it. Burns, do you think that Eric goes down to Florida and he leaves his PB snatcher in the truck and replaces it with a Burns? I don't know if he could do it. I think he'd have to pull out the old plastic B. He'd probably throw it off the dock. He'd try and catch lightning in a bottle. Guess with 2 rods. You'd have to get right-handed reels then. I guess you could borrow one from whoever you are fishing with. A balsa version of this Rebel. It looks like everything else. Like I don't like the shape of a Rebel too much. I mean, yeah, to me this is like the most generic shape you could ever ask for. I think the beauty of this bait is in the rattle and in the plastic. They thump though. Travis, I believe so. I don't know that I've Eric. I think Eric has a couple Daiwas, but you don't hear much out of them. Eric, have you cheated on Shimano before in your life? We need a new Marty bait, anyways, because I have a new name. Morgan's trying to get the Name the Bait award and get his bait free. Don't blame you. The Tatulas. Is it Tatula or is it Tetula? I remember when the first came out, I think I called them Tetulas. I mean, who the hell knows how to say that? What's a Tatula? He is a lefty. It's one of the more heartbreaking moments of my life when Eric was talking about unloading the Bass Lab of old Shimano's. I was like, hell yeah. I'm going to set up a trade with Eric. And then I figured out that they're all the wrong side. Cranked my hog. I was ripping them on my hog. Ripping that hog. Pumping that hog. Maybe I'll do a lipless. Maybe I'll do a lipless for you, Morgan, that you can call the hog. And then when you're out there on the water, you can tell everybody you were ripping your hog, stroking your hog, stroking on. How many e-reels you want, Travis? How many are you willing to part with? How many do you have? You probably have more than I have reels. I mean rods. I burned my hog for 4 hours straight. Cranking on my hog. Ooh, fancy boxes. I just need the ones that are destroyed. Correct, JP. Yeah, I like the green ones. Why, you got the Chronarchs from the year later? The whiteys? You got any scorpions? Those are my favorite. If I could trade all my E7s in on the scorpions, I would. The real Pryor is there. Pryor, somebody was looking for you on Woodbait Nation. He said he tried to get some baits painted, but they sold him a dog instead. Sold him a pit bull. Nice pit bull though. Travis, was there a difference in the white ones? I never fished with one enough to like ever know that there was something actually different, or I never researched it enough to know if they ever changed anything. A Bantam, is that the new one with the control on the side? It's so funny. When I hear people like I watch these streams and like I read the comments and like people are like, what's the best, what's the best new, what's the best reel under $150 or something? I'm sitting there thinking, like if I had to, like if somebody asked me this question, like, oh, who knows, like a used E7. Like that was the last time I bought a reel. But somebody sent me a picture yesterday of some bait. I mean, of some reels the dude was selling, and he had like all new stuff, and he had the what's that reel? It's the one that was like really fancy back in the day. Aldebaran. He had a Aldebaran 50HG, like a newer one, and he wanted like 100 and something bucks for that one, but he had like an old Chronarch E6, which was the old E7 conversion. He had one of those, and it was like $75 more than the Aldebaran. How do you say it? Aldebaran? All Albidane? Aldebaran? Alberdane? I don't like. How do you know how to say that? Aldebaran? 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 Aldidane? Aldebaran. I like Aldebaran. Aldebaran. Eldorado, excuse me. Your home lake. How about that, Hunter? No, no muleys in my county, John. Just whitetails, no muleys. Aldebaran. Travis, I meant to ask you: is um, the main lake you fish? I'm assuming is right outside of your town, where you live. El Dorado Lake. How about that shit? Because you're right up the road in Abilene, so I'm guessing you fish Milford. That's your home lake, Travis? Hunter, is there any water left in there? Is it like 100 feet low? Because I feel like everybody, all the ranchers who live around you, are probably bleeding that place dry of water. Milford, Tuttle, and Wilson. Wilson is your favorite. My fiance's uncle lives in El Dorado. Well, you should have given me his number. I could have called and we could have hung out. Does he fish? It was 6 feet low a few weeks ago. I guess that's not terrible. I mean, it could be worse. Can you still launch a boat if it weren't like the weather was nice? Which it was when we left. It was high 50s. He kind of fishes. Understood. Well, at least you can still get a boat in there. Good enough. Aldebaran? I don't know. I think I'll always say Aldebaran. Aldebaran. Trying to make a mental note. Aldebaran. What do you think? What do you think is Would you pay less for one of those A reels than you would an old white Chronarch E6 or whatever it was? Western Kansas Lakes are 20 fuss. That's a lot. That is a lot. Man, I'm actually excited to paint these baits. AJ, you must have a long Christmas list, bro. You've been pumping out some baits. You've been pumping out some horseshoe stuff. Ice is growing fast. Oh, no more boat launching. That doesn't sound good. I'd take a 670 for something comparable size-wise over my Aldebarans. They cast so much better. An SLX 70. Aren't the Aldebarans aren't they expensive though? Like, aren't they a real one of the high-end Shimanos? Bought like 200 baits over Black Friday. Anthony, maybe we can get some hogs up to you, and you can stroke your hog up in the ice hole. You can pump your hog through the hole in the ice. You buy 3 of those SLX 70s for the price of one. Frank was feeling left out, talking about boat launching. $419. Yeah, I would say that's high end. I would say that's high end. So this dude asking 150 is probably a pretty good deal. Up there in the ice house cranking his hog. Cranking his hog. He could pull out his rat brain. He could stretch out his rat brains. I'm with you, Travis. As much as I go, a damn Zebco 33 would be enough. In the ice house cranking his hog. It's sad the amount of amusement I get out of these childish dick jokes. Packing away open water gear in the lunker bunker right now. I've actually gained 11 followers over the past 30 days. Well, AJ, while I was gone hunting over the weekend, I lost enough to get back down to 15,500 on Instagram. So that was an accomplishment. Oh, yeah, you can't stretch out your rat brains in -10. You're right. You're exactly right, Anthony. I didn't even think about that. Hmm. 11 followers is pretty impressive, though. In these times, in these wild times. All right. 5 more. This is exciting. Problem is, my buddy Keith dropped off another bag of junk, and I believe there's more Rebels in them. I was over 18.4 and just got back above 18.3. That's so sucky, dude. So sucky. You worked hard for those. You worked hard for those. All spam accounts, I guess. It's probably all the people that have gotten hacked. I know I lost one because I lost JP because JP's alias is selling pit bulls or something right now. So I guess I didn't need him anyway. I'd like to find a couple more Bantam 3-8-1. I would think that would be easy to find. Maybe not. Maybe they didn't make a ton of them. Anthony, do you not follow anyone? Are you that guy that doesn't follow anyone, just manually types in people's names to go see what they're doing? JP, what are you doing with the 3-8-1? Deep cranking Fritz style? Cranking your pose? You hoping for shoulder surgery? Well, JP, if we can get you back on a stream, you can tell everybody, don't tell them yet, you can tell everybody what in the hell you do with a 3-8-1 reel in 2023. Besides stroke your hog. Morgan, is that the best gear ratio for pumping your hog? Cranking your hog? 3-8, real slow. Creeping your hog. It is creeping. Lots of reps. That's good. That is good. 24-1. Oh, I'm crying. Spinnerbait on a 3-8-1. And you put that spinnerbait down prior, pick that hog up, change the game. Go fishing with Anthony. Done before one turn. That's funny. One rotation of the knob and Christy still throws his spinner bug on a 5. It's interesting. These comments are hilarious today. I love it. I love it when everybody gets on a kick and can collectively like fuel the fire. That's when it gets real good. That's why I don't understand how people can do like live streams where they never like look at the comments. Like that's the best part about it. Like I don't get on here to really talk. I just get on here to like try and like throw maybe some nugget out there that will like stimulate this type of behavior. Your kids are going to watch this stream in 20 years, probably. Like, Dad, those were jokes were inappropriate. Yeah, they were. They were. Now the question is, do you use real butter or quantum hot sauce? I was maybe a Blackmore Real Magic. So when that thing starts smoking, you just add it as needed. Been saving this bait name the whole time. It could be. I mean, this could be. This one could go down in history because what it will start, Morgan, is guys will want to fish the hog just so they can catch any size fish and be able to post it on Instagram or Facebook and craft a description of their photograph, which is where the true magic will come. Possibly, Brendan. There's tons of hog comments left. Big girls do love hogs. 24-to-1 gear ratio was, I think, the comment of the day. They do. Everybody needs to experience the hog. All right, this thing's done. My mind, I just went way off, even inappropriate for YouTube. But Morgan, you've done well. Thank you for the afternoon entertainment today with the bait name. We will most certainly have to find some bait to facilitate this name. Frank gets his best results when he takes his hog deep into Canada. In Canada, they like it. They like the hogs deep, eh? Does there need to be a deep and a shallow hog? Morgan does get a free hog. Deep and thick like they're bacon. The tip. The hog and the tip. The micro hog, the finesse hog. It could be a. There would certainly have to be a panfish version, a trout version. Micro hog. This is good. This is grown legs. People are falling off the stream in droves. God, this is just going to be one lineup. Surely there's other baits called the hog. Todd's live's over, so I can come see your crummy shit over here, TK. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Tyler. Tyler, I guarantee you there was funnier shit in these comments than the last 50 of Todd's streams. That's fair enough. I turned it on for a second and I was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to listen to them talk about boat stuff or whatever they were talking about. Oh, BBC putting his hog in his mouth. Helmet head. Uh, the helmet head jig. I think I would have to start another like DBA for Tacklecraft for this. I don't know if it would be appropriate. Guys have been jerking their roots around and having good success. Tyler. I haven't. I do like Todd's live. I don't like him now with Matt Steffen and what's his Andrew. I liked him before. Like I think Matt has a lot of valuable insight, um, and I like the guy, but I don't think they. I don't think they're a good. Yeah, Matt's dry, and he's like very like to the point and kind of. He's like you said, he's dry. Um, Todd overpowers him. Todd talks in circles in times, which so do I. But when you have other people there, it's kind of it. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't know. It's not the best. It seems forced. You know what I mean? Like I know they're playing the game. You know what I mean? Like they know they need to do their little collabs and cross pollinate and get all that kind of people converted over. But um, uh, the bass angler therapies were the best. Exactly. Him, Hallman, whoever else. Like, yeah, you're right. Those were the glory days. Those were good. Um, whatever they're trying to do now to me is not as appealing as those were, because those were more organic and they were like just off the cuff. Now you can kind of tell that they're trying to like you know it's not just like, hey, let's live stream. It's like, hey, let's think of something that's like a wee bit, they're just playing the Randy game. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. I like listening to Ish. Ish speaks well, and he speaks, fairly honestly, and you know, I feel like Ish can speak the truth without being like a total dick about it. You know what I mean? Like with that Faust guy, he pretty much told him, you did some dumb shit, but that's okay. Like that's how wherever you're going, that's how you get there. That's your path. But I wouldn't have maybe done it. But you know, being in the industry this long, like he had a lot of good insight without just being like a doormat. You know what I mean? Like that ain't Ish. So um, Tyler, I did. I'll show it. I got the. Let me get the horn. Let me get the skull cleaned up a little bit before I pull it out because it's a little gnarly right now. Let me at least get some of the meat off of it. I don't think Kyle. Speaking of the bin and block it debate, I don't think I think there was a lot of people that were like, um, There was a lot of people okay with Ben. Like, they didn't like him, they didn't dislike him. They were just like, he was okay. But I think he did not make any fans by not acknowledging Randy in the outro. When Randy said, "Hey, wish you well. Thanks for coming on here and debating with me. Uh, talk to you later. Thanks for everybody's time." Ben just pretended like he didn't hear it. And I think that pissed a lot of people off. And it was shitty. Like, you know what I mean? What would it have hurt to just be like, hey, dude, you know, we can agree to disagree. You're doing your thing. I'm doing mine. Like, what's the problem? I think Ben is playing the heel. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Why would you want? Why? Like, why would that be necessary though? Maybe it is. I don't know. Obviously, that had like, y'all think y'all had. You think they had discussed this prior? Like, Ben and Randy. I don't think Blockett's outdated. I think there is a large pop. I mean, you got to think about the bass fishing community. Everybody's not 18 to 30 or 35. I mean, there's a large population of people that are 40 to 75 that, are that Randy Blockett is the voice of those of that people. Um, and Ben is the voice for the others. Hey, Clay. Burns, Morgan name debate. Ben is childish. Randy is whiny. The debate was sponsored by Pull Ups with toddlers going at it. Like Rick Clunn, but he's taking up a spot in the elites. Yeah, kind of. But you never know, though. That's the thing about Rick that's interesting. Is like, yeah, he probably is. But the dude's won fairly recent, like, compared to other people. You know what I mean? And I honestly think Rick, no matter how old he is, I still think I would pick Rick to win over a lot of other people. Like, still, um, Burns. We're gonna do a hog drop, and it's gonna be 14 baits, different ones. It's gonna be one drop for the year. Lockett has people that agree with him. We have $20,000 benefit charity that is run by an older angler, but it's like 4 fishing. There you go. There you go. But the division is good and bad. But um, it's good because it puts up that wall and it makes people clash. It's good for people who do like forward facing sonar clickbait YouTube videos. Great for them. Because you always have the guys that are on there to defend it. Then you have the guys that are against it to defend theirs, and they like to battle. I like Randy. I don't have a problem with Randy. Randy, the thing about Randy is Randy has been Randy forever. Like I've got a mountain of DVDs over here, and Randy hasn't changed in 100 years, dude. Nothing about Randy Blockett is new. Tyler, how many boats show up for this thing? 30? Oh, Jeremy, he for sure annoyed me. We always used to burn rag his ass back in the day when we'd be like watching Bassmasters because he was just always so whiny. Oh, it's big. Oh wow. The pre-order costing the 14. I don't know. I don't know. You might have to sell your hog. You might have to sell your current hog to get in on that one. Clay, I did gather that. I think it's in some. I think I read that somewhere when I was lurking, but you just wonder. Part of you wonders, like, what's going on behind the scenes? Is it all smoke and mirrors? Like, do those guys talk and be like, "Hey, we're gonna like we're gonna make this like a rivalry. It's better for you. It's better for me. We're gonna blow this up." It's like Ben Stein. He does have kind of the same pitch of his voice. You have to have the drama. Yep. Don't watch Randy. He's easy to avoid. Ben is all up in my business. Then, I mean, Ben's doing it right. Then, if you can't get away from him, dude, you can. I mean, it's commendable. That's how you know you have sunk your claws into social media. Is where everywhere you turn, the guy pops up, and you're like, God, get this guy away from me. Get this guy away from me. That's why I push so hard when you dance and scream and shit. True. Yep. That's what was crazy is um, everybody, everybody hated Ike when Ike started dancing and acting like an asshole, Bass included, until the views, I guess, started rolling in from all this Ike bullshit. And then you could tell they had an angler meeting and was like, hey, listen, guys. So when you catch a fish, act like an asshole. Scream, yell, get real excited, fist pumps. And if you watch like the tournaments post going Ike, there was lots of Ike references. There was lots of fake screams where guys would like remember that they needed to like try and like make noise. Skeet Reese really comes to mind because they would like it was so awkward and cringe because if you watch these old tournaments, you'd see a guy catch a fish and they'd go, "Woo, yeah, woo," and then they'd gradually like work up to like getting hyped up, but they were so fake. It was awful. Where was he? He did a Stillhouse video 2 weeks ago and said locals don't catch DDs in here. I'd like to see him go to Decker and prove me wrong. Locals don't catch DDs in Decker. Now go catch one. Deep hog, shallow hog, mini hog, top hog, magnum hog, spinner hog, poppin' hog, swimming hog. You need a slim hog. Oh, the pencil hog. You gotta have the pencil hog. What about could do a Ned hog. I don't know. I don't know how much of all this is fake. The jerkin hog, twitching hog. Skinny hog. Gliding hog. That's a good one. What about live hog? Flaccid hog. Anthony's just going straight literal. All right, all done. Oh, I forgot about the skirted hog. Fuzzy hog? Play on the fuzzy dice? What other ones? Chatter hog? Buzz hog? Infinite. Spitting hog for a popper, for sure. Can't leave without the spitting hog. I feel like somebody put like Bondo on these. If you look on when you sand through the black back of these, it's got like pink Bondo. It's real weird. Did Rebel Bondo their bait? No fuzzy hog. Fine, Burns. Fine. I guess I'll paint this one. It doesn't have much paint left on it. It's a Rebel Mini R. It's a Rebel Mini Hog. That's where he draws the line. I went too far. Uh-oh. See, this lip came out too. Bald hog. Man, the hog lineup is growing. Is there a hog tackle? Hog collar, I guess. You could create a pretty funny like novelty brand around this. That would probably be in business for at least 10 months. Hog farmer. Ooh, Clay. There's hog farmer. You know what that sounds like? You had a hog swell up on you? Had to call the company about that. Figure out how to get the swelling to go down. I don't think hog farmers utilizing their name appropriately. Maybe it's something for Randy. If you listen to Randy, Randy he talks about hardcore hogging techniques. Maybe Randy's the poster boy for the hog bait co. Maybe that's him. Maybe he's the guy to put it on the map. Hardcore hogging. He's always talking about hardcore hogging. He might be the guy to blow it up. Randy, do you mind if I send you a picture of my hog? See if you'd be interested. We have our poster child. Randy, the hardcore hogger. The hardcore hogger. How awesome would that be, though, if Randy was talking about his hardcore hogging information and he got to show like his hog bait? And he got to show off his hog? with his 24-to-1 gear ratio reel for pumping his hog. I feel like Randy would eat it up. Oh yeah, he would probably. But how would you make a video without cracking a smile? Do you think he's deadpan enough that he could like make an entire video about hogging, and stay in character and not like crack? Randy's hog blog. Now you're talking. Oh. Hello, Bobby Balsa. You're just in time for me to get off of here. I've been on here almost 2 hours. I got to get some. I'm trying to get some baits appropriated. John, not tonight, but eventually. Bobby's Balsa hog. He'll love it. Oh, this thing's got goop all over it. What is this? Ugh. I need to wipe this hog off. I have to get my hogging rag. I don't have any more hog sauce. Travis, yes, because Amy said I think she's going out of town, and her mom wants to do something with the kids with with Amy's aunt and uncle, and I think they'll be away from the house, so I will have a night to do that. Hopefully it's on a Thursday. Use a sock. I've just got my tried and true hog rag that I've been using for years. It's a little crusty, but that's okay. I wouldn't hog any other way without it. We'll use this. We'll use this stuff and see if it'll clean it up. Used to use a hog sock. This is great. Never understood. Come on. See, Bobby Balsa knows hardcore hogging information. That's what we're giving out. We might surpass Randy as number one in hardcore hogging for sure. There's a new hogger in town. Block it. Put it on a shirt. This is going to be the Big Johnson of 2024. The Big Johnson of 2024. Stearman wants to do a Christmas giveaway. Special hog? Did you mold your hog? You can't sling a hog. No. Don't get excited, campers. Stearman didn't mold his hog. He's not reproducing it. Turtle man baits. I'm sure that probably exists. I've seen so many stupid names lately. Tiga, I just realized that you have Brendan's favorite technique featured on your shirt. Ned rigging? Correct. Brendan, you do not need a Little Debbie crankbait. No one needs those ever again. Just kidding. I can make you a Christmas crankbait. I probably still have one. So it slides through the bush, like the old BDS, slogan. Don't want to lose your hog to a bush. I don't think I've laughed as much on a stream as I have today with all this hog jabber. Every time I see y'all's hogs, I just start laughing. Y'all's hogs are hilarious. I was crying when Anthony put out the damn 24-to-1 gear ratio. I couldn't hang on. It was a good comeback. Lots of good laughs today. So I'm gonna paint these, and then I'm just gonna make them look nice. I don't know if anybody wants them. They might live on the website for eternity, but that's okay. Bigger the hog, the better. I'm going to be driving home from work telling myself hog joke. That's what I'm saying. Schoolmaster, I'm going to be laying in bed thinking of like more hog jokes. Like, oh, I got to go back. JPS is the fatso, the thin fin fatso, the big boy. I have two. This one's already boned, so I don't have to do much to it. But I have to get the paint off of this one. I'm digging through my old relics. Got these two I got to clean. I found two old spooks. This one's leaking butyrate or lead powder. Do something with those. I found this old wiggle wart. I guess I'll this paint it. What else? I had some other old baits. I had old screwtail bomber. I'll do something with that. If you have questions, JP, regarding the Fatso, direct them to Travis Stearman. Thin fins are working on stripers. Flatwort, that's a weird one. The peewee wart was weird too. What time is it? Almost 2. All right, dudes, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go. Rub some lacquer thinner on this thing. But good talking to everybody today. Thank you for the laughs and the nice welcoming back. It was fun. We'll do it again. Could you replace a busted frit side lip with a circuit board? Probably. I've done it with I've done RCs before. But yeah, it depends on how they're built. Like the problem with an RC is that the line tie, it goes in and it comes right inside where the lip slot is. So you have a very shallow lip slot to put your circuit board bill in. I've got a BDS4 right here. You can see. But this just proves it can be done. This one is a little easier than an RC because the line tie is not directly on the bill, so you got a little more room. But it can certainly be done. I will give myself credit. This was an exceptionally clean lip repair job. Like you would never know that it wasn't factory. That's why we're Tacklecraft up in here, not Hogcraft. Cut the knot off. Probably should. Don't forget Devin versus Georgie tonight. Right-handed. No, don't forget Devin versus Georgie 2 right-handed is this weekend. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, Jeremy, it's one of mine too. I typically, I'm looking at all these baits lined up, and that does look to be the only one with a knot still on it. I'm trying to make a habit of hey, Bobby Balsa. So get your hog swelled up. Make your hog explode. It looks like it, Bobby, but it doesn't say it on it. It says nothing. It might be one of the imposters. Okay. We're clean now, Jeremy. Rest easy. Hogs up. Hogs up. A lot of boots and boots like yours out there. I don't have any OGs, but a few fakes. Yeah, I don't know if that one's a fake or a real one or what it is. Like I said, doesn't say anything on it, so who knows. But anyway, you gentlemen have a good rest of your day. We'll talk later. Adios.